How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'll be showing you how to play music seamlessly across multiple scenes. So in my previous videos I created a slider tutorial on how to adjust any audio source volume using a slider. After that I created a second video on how to save that slider value when you move to the second scene. The only issue with that tutorial was that when you're in that second scene that the music was actually reset or started from the beginning. So, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to carry on the music playing from scene 1 into scene 2 without it resetting when it goes into scene 2. So, to show you what I mean, if I click run here, you can see the music is playing. I can adjust the slider to adjust the value. If I go to scene 2, the music just carried on playing. It didn't get reset or start from the beginning. And I can still adjust the volume. Cool, so that's it, guys. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so to show you visually what we're going to be doing, as you can see here, this is an example of what our project is currently looking like. We have our scene 1 where we initialize our music, and then once we move into scene 2, we then have to initialize the music again, but this is causing that whole music to start from the beginning issue. So what we're going to be doing now is, in scene 1, we're actually going to be moving the audio source into scene 2. This way the music continues to play. Cool, now that we understand what we're going to be doing, let's start looking at the code. So, first things first, I just want to explain that nothing has changed in terms of the slider or moving between the scenes. Everything like that has stayed the same. We're just going to be adding some extra logic to this audio source, and then also changing the music controller so that we can adapt to this new audio source change. So, the first thing we want to be doing in our scene 1, what we want to do is add a tag for our audio source. So if you click on audio source, go to tag, we can go add tag, name it game music, and then click save. Go back to our audio source and tag, give it the tag game music. Once we've done that, we then want to say play on awake, tick that, and we also want it to loop. Play on awake basically means that as the scene starts, it'll start the music, as well as loop, meaning that once the music ends, it'll just start from the beginning again. Cool, so once we've done that, you want to then go to our scene 2. As you can see here, we have our audio source, and this is what I was talking about where we initialize it again. So basically what we want to do here, we want to just delete it off scene 2. Cool, so that's all the setup work done. Now what we want to do is add a new script, and we can call it do not destroy. And what we want to do is we actually want to drag the script onto our audio source. Once we've done that, let's double click and start coding. Cool, so once we've opened up our project, what you want to do is just get rid of this stuff. We don't really need it anymore. We want to then say void awake. Once we've done that, you want to just say game object, square brackets, music object equal game object dot find game object with tag objects, make sure it's with the S, with tag, open brackets, double quotes, and then you want to say game music. This is the name of the tag that we gave our audio source. Once you've done that, just say if music dot length is greater than 1, we destroy this dot game object. So we'll destroy the game object if there's more than one music object. Otherwise, we don't destroy on load this dot game object. Cool, so this is basically going to allow us to keep the game object, our audio source game object, from scene 1 into scene 2 when we load the scene 2. And that's going to be done with this don't destroy on load command, where it's not going to destroy the audio source, it's actually going to keep it playing from scene 1 into scene 2. Cool, so let's go back into Unity. Cool, so we can actually test this out now. So just make sure that your do not destroy script is attached to your audio source and click play. And the first thing you'll probably notice is in the hierarchy there's this new object called don't destroy on load for our audio source. This object here is now going to allow the audio source to continue playing from scene 1 into scene 2 into scene 3, etc, without it restarting from the beginning. So if I then adjust the slider value, then go to scene 2, you can see the music wasn't reset, but our slider value wasn't updated, as well as the audio source volume doesn't get updated either. The reasoning for that is on our music control, you can see for the audio source there is no audio source assigned, and that is because we deleted it off scene 2 and it doesn't pick up that the audio source is a do not destroy on load object. So if I just stop the game from running, what we're going to have to do is on our music control we're going to have to amend the music play script to cater for this new change. So what we're going to be doing in the code is on the void start, what we're going to be doing is looking for any game objects with the tag game music. As we did in scene 1, we tagged our audio source as game music, so that's how we're going to get the components of our audio source. So first thing we want to do is just set our audio source as a private variable. We then want to say public game object music for our music objects. We can then get rid of this audio source.play, and what we want to say here is object music equal game object dot find object find with tag, got that wrong. We then want to say game music, which is the name of our audio source tag. If you wanted to, for example, play a second song or something like that, you can then say game music _1 _2, etc. We then want to say audio source equal object music dot get components audio source, just like that. So that's all we actually need in order for this to work. So if we go back to Unity, so we can actually test this out now. So if I click run, see our music is playing. We can adjust the slider to adjust the audio source volume. Go to scene 2, and you can see the music carried on playing. The slider value was updated correctly, and it can still update the audio source volume. So if I show you on the music control here, you can see here on our object music, it's picked up that our audio source is the do not destroy on load object. So everything seems to be working perfectly, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions, please drop a comment in the comment section and I'll definitely get back to you. And yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.
Need some sleep. You can't go on like this. Try counting sheep, but there's one I always miss.